Good evening, everyone. Thanks again for joining Wednesday webinar with me. As always, my purpose of doing this webinar is to share a nugget with the leaders, a nugget which is either based on two inputs. One, which I'm hearing in with my clients, with my peer, what they are dealing with. Secondly, time to time, I'll run a poll on the LinkedIn to get your input. What's a topic you would like me to explore in these Wednesday webinars? So topic for today is clarity and performance in uncertain times. So in my conversation with my clients, my peers, what I have been hearing that they are deprioritizing, they are ignoring some of their foundations like physical health, well-being, especially during the times of uncertainties as we are today. So that's why I picked this topic. Let's move forward. So uncertain times need a leap. Now, what the leap is for me, leap is moving from an area of comfort, from an area of certainty to an area which is uncertain, which I'm not sure once I land there, how will it be? And that's where the leap comes into picture. And in today's time, when we have disruption all over the place, technological, geopolitical, diverse workplace, there's a lot of uncertainty around being felt by professionals on what their next move would be. How stable would that be? What would that look like? It's actually looking like we have to make a leap, and we are not sure what we are going to land into. Now, the difference is when we are in such condition, are we making a leap with a fear or with the foundation? Let's explore what the fear and the foundation comes from. So I'll play this clip from the movie Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. In this, the main actor is on a cliff, and let's see what he's going through.
Yes, I see the train. What about it?
And you have a parachute.
Got a parachute. What do you expect me to do?
Well, just, you know, jump.
Just jump?
What a scene. So what's happening here? So Ethan, he could clearly see what his goal is, the moving train, right? He has all the skills, he has all the experience to take a leap, but he's still uncertain. He's still uncertain because he thinks his launch pad is not going to help him get to the goal. So what did he do?
What do I do? I gotta get away from this mountain.
Everything else remains same, the goal remains same, Ethan remains same, his skill remains same, his tool, the parachute remains same, his tool, the bike remains same. He just changed the launch pad. He went even above on the cliff and jumped from there. We saw convergence of the risk and the courage, right? And don't we all feel sometimes that we are in a very similar situation, even though we are not? So today's professionals are facing their own version of that cliff. There's an AI shift, technological shift. There are layoffs going on. There is constant change. There is geopolitical. There is diverse workforce. All of it seems like standing on a cliff, contemplating should I take a leap or not. The only difference is it's not a real cliff for the professionals like us, but our brain is still considering it to be a real cliff with very physical danger. And this is how the brain is built. Coming from a primitive times, each time we look at a threat, our brain interpret as a physical threat and behave in the same way. So what's really happening? How do brain react? So again, during the uncertainty, the amygdala or the limbic system, it triggers a threat response like fear in a physical danger, like we are standing at a cliff and we have to jump. There's no other option. But that danger is not what we are today. Yes, there could be uncertainty of job, there could be uncertainty of the career, there could be uncertainty of what work I would be doing, but it's nowhere near a physical threat. But our brain is interpreting it as the same. Then what happens? When the amygdala triggers, it takes charge from the prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex is a part of brain which thinks rationally, which thinks more logically. So with the control being taken by amygdala or the limbic system, it gets into intuitive, fast thinking mode. And when it gets into this mode, our body is literally entering into a very reactive phase. It gets into survival mode. So all the cognitive functions are put on a hold because the whole focus is on survival. And typically, again, from a primitive, when we used to be in a such threat, we'll either fight or flight, or else we'll get into freeze zone. That's what we do, right? So brain is now getting into the same, it's in the survival mode. It stops all the cognitive function. It also stops the renewal. Its focus is to preserve all the energy for the survival. What that leads to? What that leads to is we are not thinking about renewal. We deprioritize our physical fitness routine. We start skipping the walks. We start skipping going to gyms. In prolonged stress, our eating habits get affected, our sleep gets affected, and which can eventually lead to high heart rate, high BP, and all that stuff. Again, all that triggering from a threat which is not as dire as cliff, but that's how brain look at it. And what's happening here? We are so focused on the outcome. We start so focused on the what's on the other side of cliff. How do I get there? We are neglecting the foundation which will help us take that jump, as it helped Ethan. So Ethan used his skills, his experience, his tools to make the leap. And even if we have all the tools today, in our scenario, our body, our mind will not let us use them, and because we are only focusing on sustaining. So what happens? What are those foundations? So four foundation. First is the physical energy to stay engaged, the physical fitness. The second is the mind, which help us look at the clarity. Again, uh, body in this scenario, when we are in the stress, because of prolonged stress, being in survival mode, it sees a impact. The mind's focus, mind has been overtaken by the limbic system, the amygdala. So it's in a very reactive state. We are not thinking clearly. So it impacts the clarity of thinking. Emotions, we are out of our zone of tolerance. So we're either in the fight or flight, or in the we are in the zone when we are getting numb. In both, our emotions are not balanced. We are not in a state to connect, and we can't connect. That impacts our leadership ability. The fourth one, because our body is in survival mode, we stop thinking about long term planning. We stop thinking about horizon 2, horizon 3. We stop thinking about having the streams of cash which will let us go in a long term way. And these are the four foundations which are very much necessary in times of uncertainty when we have to make a leap. Now, what could we do about it? So let me start with one example. my very own example. I know when I'm in the middle of a change, when I'm going through a stress, the first casualty of it would be my physical fitness regime. I'll start skipping my gym, I'll start skipping my walk. So, what I did this time when I started my venture, again, it's a big change for me. I engage a gym physical trainer so that I could be disciplined. I won't skip that, and that has helped me. Maybe I'm not going daily to a gym, but at least 2 to 3 days I'm going to a gym. So that's action I have taken to ensure that that uncertainty does not impact my foundation of physical stress. The other areas of my other foundations for me, like the mental well-being, I'm very regular with the meditation, so that's being taken care. Connection with the family, friends, that's there. If I could take the care of my physical routine, everything gets taken care for me. So for me, the most important foundation to be addressed, coming from my experience, was the physical routine, and which I took care by engaging a physical trainer, a physical coach, gym coach, uh, to bring in the discipline. Now let's take some more examples. What I have discussed with other clients or peers. How will it work at a team level or an organization level? Now let's imagine you are a CXO at a organization level, and you're seeing there's more and more data which is telling you that people are getting burnout, their efficiency is going down, the absenteeism is increasing, and you're getting all the reports. So what could you do? Focus on the energy dashboard. Come up with the means to get what's impacting the energy level. Is it a lot of uncertainty? Is it a lot of decision making? Is it a lot of lack of communication, lack of transparency? So once you are able to get the dashboard, you can see what it is, then you can take an action to get back to the normal. Now, as always, for this webinar also, I'll be giving you some tool which you can use after this call. So let me run you through it. So let's reflect, and we can do it now, and you can carry forward it once you're back after the webinar. What is your current cliff? What does it look like? What is the uncertainty looks like to you? Is it a change you're going through? Is it a challenge you're going through? Is it a tough decision which you have to make? What is your cliff? It could be, as an example, it could be balancing new responsibilities with personal well being. Is that what you're struggling with? Think, make a note. If you've got a pen and paper, make a note, or else take a mental note. What is your current cliff? Second, which foundation feel most under pressure? Like for me, uh, in the change, I know the foundation which gets impacted most is the physical fitness, and I took some action. For you, it could be something else. It could be mental well-being, it could be emotional well-being, it could be keeping energy for a such sustainable outcome impact, thinking about long term. Look at the past. Whenever you have come across such stress, anxious movements, when you have to take a leap because you're in an uncertain situation, which of these have got compromised most of the time? It could be more than one for you also. Pick one or two, right? Which is the most impacted. And while you're picking them, think why you're picking them. What is the signal? Like for me, signal was whenever I'm going through a change, I'll stop going for walk, I'll stop going for gym, I'll stop going for cycling. What is the signal for you? What do you do? Reflect back. Last time you went through a big change, you went through a big decision making. Were you able to take care of all the four foundations? If you were able to take, well and good. If you were not able to take, reflect on it and pick one or two which you need to address. Now, once you pick one or two foundation which are most under pressure in such condition, Prepare an action plan which is non-negotiable. Let's take example. If it's the physical fitness for you, non-negotiable, keep it as morning 20 minutes walk without phone. Or even with phone, that's okay. You can listen to broadcast if that works for you. You can listen to a song if that works for you. But this is non-negotiable. And my experience would be when you're picking the non-negotiable, don't stretch yourself if you can't. Pick a minimum 10-20 minutes, that's okay. Because sometimes what happens if you're picking a lot of time, then we don't go for it, but a smaller time we'll be able to manage it. uh, it could be, if it's about the mind clarity, it's about the having connection with the family, emotional well-being. Maybe non-negotiable would be no work calls after 9 p.m. or maybe 10 p.m., whatever works for you, but have that boundary. And again, for a mental well-being or emotional well-being, maybe you need to take pause more often. And pause is topic probably I'll discover more in the next webinar. But you can just take a pause in the meetings, before replying to an email, before replying to someone's comment. So it could be one of these. So again, to review, reflect what's your current cliff, which of the foundation is coming under pressure for you. It could be one or two. Don't pick more than two. If it's more than two, then probably you need some more professional help to figure out, because you've got too many things which need to be addressed. uh, why you picked that, what signals you've seen in the previous instances, note that, and then come up with an action plan how to address that. We discussed few of them. So that's bring us to the end of it. As always, you can get in touch with me through these Wednesday webinars. You can book up intro session, one-on-one session with me, coaching session with me. We are also coming up with more webinars, workshop in future, like the executive reset with Ankur and the executive presence with Rajneesh Kapoor. So there's a lot of avenues for you to be engaged with us. Uh, with this, we'll end it up. Thanks again for joining. I hope it was helpful, valuable for you. Uh, Take care. We'll see you next week.